Integrity is about doing the right thing, making the right decisions, doing what's right for both the company and customers. And doing what's right isn't always the easiest thing, but doing what's right is the best long-term strategy for any company. And certainly our employees have embraced that. It gets us through the hard times, it gets us through the easier times, but they always operate with the mindset or starting point of what's the right thing for us to be doing, and take it from that perspective. If I look at coming to MXI, it quickly becomes obvious to anybody that hasn't worked in a company that has a core set of values that seems to be not named but fully understood by everybody in the organization, that there's a starting point for most core values. Integrity tends to be that foundation. And it became very important, or you could recognize it throughout the culture, that that was the foundational piece for everything else that the culture is based on. Integrity meaning everybody looks to do the right thing. Everybody expects everybody else to operate in the same way. So you could see that as the cultural foundation for the way in which the company operates, both internally and externally with customers. I think it all starts with articulation of it. I think the aspect of trying to ensure that people know as they're coming in to the organization, these are the core values that we believe in. Like anything else, they actually have to see them for themselves, have it reinforced. That part has never been a problem for MXI, and that its employees are the ones that hold that culture and live that culture day in and day out. It becomes more complicated as the organization grows, and it becomes everybody's responsibilities to make sure that they're living those cultural items on a day-to-day basis.